Claude 4.5 Sonnet just dropped, and needless to say, it's impressive. It's better at coding, it's better at vibe coding, and it's better at things like data analysis and creating really polished documents. I'm going to walk you through a head-to-head comparison, comparing Sonnet 4.5 to Sonnet 4 on tasks like data analysis as well as vibe coding. So if you watch this video till the end, you'll know exactly whether or not Sonnet 4.5 deserves your time, attention, and most importantly, your money. Let's dive in. Now, when you go into Claude AI, you'll be met with this following screen that tells you that 4.5 Sonnet is better at things like creating polished docs, presentations, and spreadsheets, as well as working through detailed and multi-step analysis. And out of everything just mentioned, the one that I say really stands out is the polished docs. So when you ask it to create a report, it usually just outputs a series of text, sometimes in markdown format with bolding and italics, but now it goes that natural next step where it's that much closer to deliverable-ready. Now in the UI itself, you'll see it right here, 4.5 Sonnet. Now comparing Sonnet 4.5 to Opus, Opus still wins for more complex tasks that need way more time to break down. But 4.5 has the best of both worlds, where it's fast, but also really good at complex tasks as well. And it's been optimized for agents because it has a much larger context window, and with this version, it's better able to use most of the context that you give it. Now if you take a look at the right-hand side, you also have this little Copilot that pops up. When you click on it, it takes you to this vibe coding platform. When you go, let's go, it's called Claude Imagine. And then you hear this ethereal sound, and you can ask it to build something right in front of you in real time. So I can say, can you create a small interface where I can copy paste a small sample data set and you visualize it for me, or you give me the options to visualize it in a few different ways, kind of like Power BI or Tableau. So if I send that over, this is definitely going to be more disruptive to other providers out there that you've seen that just offer the vibe coding out of the box, where you have to connect to a database and it takes care of everything. But you can see while I'm speaking right now, it's putting together this app, and it's telling me at the very bottom that the user is looking for XYZ. It's saying that it's apparently done. So I'm going to go to this data set that I have right here, and then I'm going to grab, copy, paste. Now, I'm not expecting fireworks, but let's see if we get any form of result. So you can see here, it's asking me to choose a visualization. And unlike most editors or vibe coding experiences, you don't see the code running and then at the very end you get the voila or the tada. Now if I click on something like hours by assignee, one, I already know this is correct from the data set because that's one of the columns. Let's see what we get. All right, and you can see here we have the hours logged by assignee. Now this is not the fastest thing because it is generating it pretty much in real time. But if you click on status pie chart, you'll see that the user clicked right here, and it's creating the pie chart as I speak to you right now. So very interesting little environment sandbox to tinker. Now, will you build this for production? No. So it's definitely an interesting environment to be able to tinker, but if you want to make it more production ready, you can always go to our best buddy here, Claude Code. Now, pivoting into our core comparison head-to-head of Sonnet 4.5 versus 4, I asked Claude to create a data set. And essentially this data set is just around e-commerce transactions. So I have columns like transaction ID, customer ID, product category, and I walk through things like include seasonal patterns. I'm basically setting the stage to do a deeper analysis with a pretty large prompt. And this is the prompt that I tested on both models. So it says, analyze this e-commerce data set and provide a comprehensive BI report addressing these challenging questions. So it goes through things like advanced segmentation, seasonal demand forecasting, churn, pricing optimization, supply chain insights, basically not easy questions to answer, things that take thinking and research and actually doing calculations on the fly. And this was the result from Claude 4 Sonnet. So it looks like the standard Claude-esque response where it walks through the analysis, it has an executive summary, key insights, some analysis, and tables, pretty much everything you're used to. But wait till you see 4.5 Sonnet. If we go over here, this is a pretty polished, ready to deliver report that if you go down, it is structured, it has tables, it's colored tables, and one of the best parts is I don't have to copy and paste it into a document and then start reformatting and removing all the Claude little overlays and formatting colors. I can click on download, and it inherently creates a DOCX file. So if I open this up, you can see this is fully editable. It's ready to go. It looks like an analyst put it together. And one thing that I noticed in this report is if you go to the close to the bottom, I think it's right here. Yeah. So I am a former data scientist, so I really value the details with data analysis. And right here, whether or not the numbers themselves are right, we'd have to double check. But notice how there is some form of color heat map. It's this little micro thing that you'll notice, especially when I do the vibe coding example, that 4.5 Sonnet does the natural, thoughtful thing to do, which is, okay, here's a report, let's make it look good, but also, what else would pop out if someone was reviewing it? What would the viewer of this document want to see as well? So even though this is a very insignificant detail, it shows the slight step change from where we were just a few months ago. Now that's what it looks like on the document side, but what does it look like to actually use it in practice to build or vibe code an app in one shot? And this is the prompt that I provided both models, and I wanted to pull on the string from our example before using data analysis. So what if we could ask in one shot for the AI to put together a platform where we could upload a CSV file and it would analyze that CSV file to tell us what's wrong with the data, what's wrong with the columns, tell us what we should do to fix it, as well as what else could be done with this data related to analysis or forecasting. So I walk through things like the core functionality, data analysis features, technical requirements, what the UI should look like, that there should be a big zone to upload or drag and drop a file, and then you can interact with the features. You can click on drop downs to see a report on exactly what should be fixed and how it should be fixed. And basically I gave the exact same thing to both LLMs. And when I sent this prompt to both of the models, you will be able to see the slight differences in how each one tackled the problem, but more importantly, the speed. So on the Claude 4.5 Sonnet side, it had a list of 8 to-dos. And I'm using cursor here using Claude 4.5 Sonnet Max, so it's going to be a little bit more powerful than just using straight out of the box Sonnet. But it finished this entire task list, while Sonnet 4 was still on at task 1 of 8. Now they both built it in slightly different ways, but they use the same frameworks because I dictated that I wanted to use something like TypeScript and React. And if you don't know what either of those two things, don't worry, I just gave prompt to AI, AI went and built something. 4.5 came back with the project overview and a full project structure, and it worked in one shot. All I had to do was just ask it, can you spin up something like a local host so I can view it on my computer? And one thing, if you remember before, I said this is a more thoughtful model than Claude 4 Sonnet, or Opus for that matter. You'll see here, it generated a sample dataset, and it created that dataset so I can test this and paste it in to see whether or not it works. When you compare this to the Claude 4 Sonnet experience, I went back and forth with Sonnet 4 around 4 times as the UI was broken. Once it wasn't broken, and even if you're not technical, you can tell that if you take a look at the number of files here versus here, one did a lot more work than the other. Now, are more files necessarily indicative of a better app? No. But just in terms of just the hunch, when you take a look at this, the fact that you have the CSV here, whereas in 4 Sonnet, it was just trying to focus on getting that one thing built in the easiest way possible. But naturally, the proof is in the pudding. So let's take a look at the apps they put together. If we go here, this is what Claude 4 Sonnet put together, where you can upload a file. You'll see it looks very lovable, Bolt-esque, where it's using a lot of these common icons. When you go to something like analysis, if we go here, you'll see a breakdown of the sample file that 4.5 put together for us. It walks through the column types. It tells you these are the number of things that are wrong. And then we get basically a data dump where there's a highlighted little cross tab of where the data issues lie. If you go to the very top, it goes and builds a mini task or project management dashboard where it walks you through all the to-dos you have to do. So if you click on this, it'll tell you you have to evaluate column removal for email, walks through a little bit why, but you'll notice the difference between this. If you click on ROI, it'll walk you through some weird calculator on what it will look like if you solve these data problems. Not as logical, but if you go into the Claude 4.5 version, on the face of it, it looks very basic. But once you actually upload a CSV, you're greeted by this nice summary dashboard where you can walk through all its assessments. And if you scroll down, you can see we have the issues summary. The way it lays it out is a lot more impactful, but look at this. So in this column, we just have normal data. It walks you through what the top values are, whatever. Not so impressive. If we go to, let's say, one of these columns where it says the number of issues, we have 2 issues. If we click on it, it tells you what the issues are. And if we zoom in a little bit, it tells you that nulls are low, that you have 1 missing value, and how you should deal with it. Again, proactive. Then you have an outlier. It tells you what you should do statistically to account for that outlier. But wait, if you want to actually try to fix these issues, if you scroll down to the issues themselves, let's say we go to detect and handle outliers, not only does it walk you through what the issue is, it comes up with this code snippet optimized for this data set on exactly what you should do. So instead of just telling you, you know, you should apply this statistical method, It actually implements the statistical method for you, so you can copy, paste, and test whether or not this will work for you and your data and your business case. Not to mention that it also walks through AI recommendations on what you should do to make your data integrity better, how you should create automated data quality checks, build pipelines, and then the ROI, instead of some weird calculator at 26,000%, it's tangible. And one thing I tested was this export analysis. So if you do something like download full report, it actually does download it in one shot, walks through all the different issues detected, and you could theoretically throw this into a language model, try and upload the data, fix it, and then go from there. But this is interesting because over the last 5-10 years, as a former data scientist, I used to have a lot of tools off the shelf that I had to pay for to do the data cleaning, then I would do the interpretation, then I would come up with what is the best way to account for this, and it was a whole process and an art. And the fact that we can now one-shot a prompt to replicate a lot of these tools that I've been using is very interesting. So that's it for my initial testing to give you a TLDR on whether or not you should use this model. I think that presentation generation is going to be the next thing that I tackle, and definitely testing it out in something like Claude Code when it's released to see how much faster I can go from beginner to beast using this kind of model. If you found this video helpful, please let me know down below. It helps the video, helps the algo, helps the channel. And if you're interested in deeper dives on things like Claude, but more so Claude Code, and seeing how you, technical or not, can become a superhuman and use it to its full potential with models just like this, then check out the first link in the description below. I'll see you in the next one.